What's up, guys? We're gonna, as usual, do a just wing it video coming from my little man hangout. Actually, we'll call today boots and beers. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna review some boots over there. But if you'll join me, I'm gonna walk over to the fridge and grab one of my beers here. Hey, let's go right here and pull the switch on this cool Budweiser sign we got going on there for a little atmosphere. And if you guys want to join me, we're going to do a little review on these Ariats over here, the workhog XT Patriots. And no, I'm not a cowboy. But first, to make this a little more interesting for you guys, we'll do today's pocket dump. I only worked literally for an hour this morning, but when I go off to work, most of my EDC is the same. And what's that movie? It's a movie from the 90s we got on here. I forget. Rush, that drug addict movie from like the early 90s. It's actually pretty sweet. Anyway, so let's get on with the pocket dump here. Rip this off. Of course, we got my trusty Leatherman rebar, tons of use on that with the newer, not new, but it's been out for the, what do they call it, like the heritage sheath. Super happy with that. Front pocket, you've got my trusty Knipex pliers, or Knipex, however you want to pronounce them, I don't care, with the Lynch Northwest sheath, which is absolutely amazing, and the patina on that, it just looks sweet. That just like brings me serious joy when I look at it. EDC blade. Usually it's one of my top 2 favorite work knives. If I don't have this well-loved 940 on me, it'll be a Emerson knife, usually a combat fighter. No, I'm not using it in combat. This thing, of course, my MicroStream. I've had this for, I don't know, like 10 years. Well loved, never fails, and we've got a Ranger band wrapped around it. Because it's cool to always have an extra Ranger band on you if you need it, but what it does is it keeps it from sliding out of my pocket while I'm sitting on a machine. I think that's not, and then again, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna open it because I'm doing this with holding the camera here, but my case, Sodbuster Jr. I've only had this, I don't know, month maybe. And carbon steel, I can't get it out of my pocket. I love it. I use it for almost everything now, unless I need a one-handed deployment knife like that for an emergency. I've been using this for literally everything, from spreading cream cheese on my kid's bagel to cutting open whatever you would use a knife for. And yes, I do sanitize my knives because that grosses me out when guys run it at work all day and then they do something like that. It is kind of nasty. So I just wipe it down with alcohol, rinse it off, whatever, and go from there, whatever. Awesome. And I think that's it, other than, my wallet, of course, my Hitch and Timber patinaed. I love this wallet. It just fits cards. You could fit some cash in there, but ordinarily I'll just keep my cash in my pocket. It's got this hole that most people just put a little lanyard bead or something on it. I actually, only when I'm working, I'll take it off when I go out. When I'm working, I just jerry-rig this because, again, I sit on machines all day, and your wallet could fall out, so I like having this. All right, well, now on to the video. All right, guys, I have no, I don't have a list of crap. I just wing it because we're trying to keep these, like, honest for a guy who, seriously, well, you know what? It's called Beers and Boots, so let's crack this sucker. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, it's a sissy beer, Mick Ultra. Well, when you drink a lot of beer and summer's coming, I don't like feeling overly bloated and drinking unnecessary calories. I like maintaining a relatively decent physique for the summer. I do like Warsteiner, Oktoberfest. I like other full-bodied beers, but ordinarily I don't want to be bloated, especially after a day of drinking and, the old lady wants to get it on. I don't need a bubble gut, and I like to be able to see my own pee-pee. But anyways, when I look in the mirror. That's what I mean. So anyways, these are what I've been running for a while now for regular work. And guys, you know how it is if you're in the trades or any sort of blue collar work. Especially when you work in a place where things constantly change, weather, temperatures, wet conditions. So yes, there's a time for rubber boots, insulated boots, but generally right now I'm running these Thorogood 6-inch mock toes, steel toe, not waterproof, not insulated. I just love the way they look, and I just love everything about them. They look awesome, and the more beat up they get, the better they look. And a lot of guys are like, well, if you're doing a lot of landscaping, wedge soles kind of suck because they kind of get slick on grass or like the trailer deck if it's wet. It's a compromise I make, because when you're on concrete, they work very well. They're a lot more comfortable for me. These are awesome on my back. And the trade-off possibly slipping is when you're working in the dirt or mud, they don't hold mud on the bottom. So when you're getting in and out of the truck, going into customers' houses possibly, and you can't take your shoes off, they just don't hold mud. Amazing. It's enough about those. Let's go to these. Now, my school of thought on these was, at first I hated them. Again, I'm not a cowboy, but a lot of dudes wear these. And I do like the slip-on convenience. So they actually turned into, I just wear them all the time now. When you go to the gas station, gotta go out for wherever. When you know you're going over to somebody's house, you can just slip them on and off. You don't gotta sit in their back hall for 5 minutes and lace up your boots. Throw them on real quick to run out to bring your garbage can back. Whatever. Convenience, amazing. You guys know how I am with the American-made stuff. And I do know I don't need to be corrected. Thorogoods are assembled in America, sourced with global parts. So they're not, but I'll give them the pass. They are technically American. Then you got these Ariats with the American flag on them, and they're not made in America. But I did research more American-made pull-ons. Wasn't willing to invest the money because I didn't know if I'd like them. And plus, if I'm doing slip-ons or pull-ons, whatever you want to call them, I absolutely need to try them on because they could be too big, loose, whatever. You guys know how it is. So I said, my local place that I go, they had these in stock. They fit. They were super comfortable immediately. So I said, I'll give them a whirl. Why do I like these boots? First of all, again, not the greatest in the snow, not the greatest in the mud, traction-wise, we'll say. Okay? But again, they don't hold mud. So that's a point. I will sacrifice it. When I snowplow, which is all winter because we know where I live, wasn't planning on wearing these for snow. Wound up wearing them the entire season except when it was insanely cold. Throw a wool sock on. I don't even think these are insulated, but just the way they're built, they're kind of thick. They got like the waterproofing, so it gives it that extra warmth. The waterproofing on these is better than any, whether it be Timberland, Danner, any of my winter boots that are insulated. For some reason, the water beads off these a lot better. So I'm giving these I can't give it a 10 because I'm giving nothing a 10. But I'm going to give these an 8.5 or 8.5 out of 10 for waterproofing. I'm not talking about standing in submerged water, but for snow, in and out of the truck, shoveling sidewalks, snow blowing, awesome. Extreme temperatures, yeah, your feet can get a little cold, but when I'm in and out of the truck, it doesn't happen that much to me, cold feet. Gotta have wool socks. I forget the name of the socks. I wear Darn Tough and this one other company, and it's Camel something, whatever, American-made socks. Merino wool, summer and winter. That's all I wear. Never have hot feet, never have cold feet. No toenail fungus, no nothing. They make your feet breathe. They're awesome. But anyways, back to the boots. So the convenience, amazing. The comfort, next level. I wasn't going to wear them all the time, and I wear them all the time. I just got like addicted to them. You got to have like a wide leg, like a work pant, like Carhartts, or a wider leg pair of jeans, because you don't want to look like a douche and tuck your, like I want my jeans or pants hanging, okay? Another advantage I found was do a lot of fall cleanups. We're on muddy lawns, raking leaves, blowing shit everywhere, and what happens is when you're doing that, crap gets in your boots, down your ankle, even with your pants over them, it gets in there. You're shaking your... These, nothing gets in them. At the end of the day, these are wet, covered in mud. You come home, you literally brush them off or hose them off and put them... They say don't put your stuff next to a heater, but I do. I don't care, especially with a boot like this. To me, these are disposable, and they're ready to go the next day. I did wear them in the hot weather a couple days, and even though they're not insulated, your feet kind of sweat, so I just pull the insoles out, air them out, and they were good to go the next day. I don't do things where I'm going to be cutting grass, running weed whackers, a lot of walking. Not that these aren't comfortable, but I like to literally, I move fast, and sometimes I'm running to get shit done. Yeah, you can, and guys that are used to these can, but I'd rather have something that laces at that point, or even you guys know from my other videos that I'll even wear like the tactical style type boots, more like a sneaker boot when it's hot and I really just gotta do things for speed. So they can be a little clunky, but it's the convenience of these suckers, man. Build quality, I've hammered these things, and there is almost none of that where the heel gets burnt off. Like I'll show you on these. Like you can clearly see how that's angled. It burns off. None of that yet, and I've got miles and miles on these. They are the carbon toe, which I have to. If I'm going to buy a boot this chunky, anyways, I might as well protect my feet. But they're awesome, guys. I can't recommend these enough. I don't know. I know a lot of jobs. Like I'm self-employed, so I make the rules. But a lot of companies I hear don't let their guys wear these because they think they're not safe because like your shoe can fly off or whatever. But if you're in a machine all day, guys, and you're in the mud and you're just tooling around, and I hate to sound lazy, but yeah, I'm into convenience now as I get older. I just cannot recommend these enough. I don't know what they were. Call it $200, give or take a few bucks, somewhere in there. What I've done with them, you guys have seen my other videos. My boots get hammered. They're just amazing. And it's funny. They don't have that cheese nasty smell in them. I don't know what it is. I mean, I take care of my shit to an extent, air them out and stuff, but they're just awesome. The leather quality. So if you're not hung up on Made in America, because I kind of have a pet peeve about putting American flags on things that aren't American, but it's the world we live in, guys. I can't recommend them enough. So, I called this episode Beers and Boots, and I haven't even taken a sip. So cheers, guys. I hope everybody delicious has a great day coming at you from my little, I guess you'd call it, man cave. And no, I didn't need permission from my wife to build this. She's all about it. She don't care. She comes out here. We have our little drinking dates, to get away from the kids. Whatever, guys. So, hope everybody has a great day. I know this is, a ramble, long-winded, but Ariat, workhog, Patriot, XT something boots, they're awesome.